We are going to begin government ops. Today is May 1st. Could you please take roll, Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Kanizik. Commissioner Garza has requested an excuse. Commissioner Clark-Holman. Commissioner Colleen. Chair Clementi.
Here.
You have a quorum present.
Thank you very much. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next.
C, approval of the April 17th, 2024 meeting minutes.
And I have a motion. Can I have a second, please? It's you. All right, we have a motion by Commissioner Clark-Holman and second by Commissioner Kanizik. And I need to vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Thank you. And now to new business, please.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding the Wayne County Connect 43 Steering Committee Monthly Meeting Report.
Hi, through the chair, Mike Jameson, Connect 43 Project Director is on the line.
Hello.
Hey.
Could you give us a short update on what's going on, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go by wave. So the major wave, human capital management, which again is the HR payroll system. We are knee deep in what's called user acceptance testing and parallel payroll testing. They're both kind of key milestones before the last major milestone before we officially go live, which is called production cutover. We have completed round 1 of parallel payroll testing and are now in round 2 with user acceptance testing. That was an overall 7-week process. So we are approaching the second to last week of user acceptance testing. Assuming things go well, we'll make an official go, no go decision in terms of production cutover. All things at this time point to a go decision. And then we will start planning for production cutover toward the middle and end of this month. And really the month of June into the second week of July will be devoted to prepping and executing the production cutover process. But that's the update for the human capital management. In terms of enterprise performance management, or EPM, that's the budgetary planning tool. That is on a planned project pause to allow the budget resources to focus on budget development. We will pick that back up in July when ERP, which is the financial management system, what we call prototype 2 is available. That will allow some of the key integrations between ERP and EPM to be tested and validated. But no changes to the anticipated go live in January, just a planned project pause. Moving to ERP, enterprise resource planning, again, the financial management system. We are in the design phase. So we completed the familiarization sessions and we're now doing what's called conversion design. And so when you hear us talk about prototypes, really what that is we're taking information from the design sessions, incorporating them into a live Oracle non-production environment, and then coming back to the Wayne County subject matter experts and key end users and saying, hey, does this look like what we discussed? The first version is going to be less refined than the second version, but between the first and second is what we call conversion, where we'll take data from legacy systems, in this case JD Edwards, upload it into Oracle, and then that'll be kind of the first time that the Wayne County resources see the financial data in Oracle and kind of get to play around in Oracle. So we are working toward that conversion process, and so the conversion design is a necessary and critical step in that. Finally, for the data warehouse, we were at the time we were finishing the bootstrap and infra prep, and all that really is tech talk based on setting up the actual environment that will be used to take data from both PeopleSoft and JD Edwards. We're starting with PeopleSoft because HCM is going live first, and then getting that data into the data warehouse where it will then be validated and tested, and then also working through the common reports that the folks will want to see out of the data warehouse. Basically working with the IT department and the Wayne County HCM SMEs on kind of determining the priority reports for that purpose. But again, all things are on track. just a lot of work and a lot of people putting in a lot of long nights and stuff, but all good. I'll pause there for any questions.
Thank you very much for that update. I was going to ask you if you were on track or behind, but you mentioned that and you have workforce, so I like to hear that. So does anyone on the committee have a question? All right, we are going to, this is a receive and file, so let's take a vote on that because the rest of them are for approval. So can we get a motion and a second? So we have a motion from Commissioner Kniezek and a second from Commissioner Clark Coleman, and now we can vote.
Motion carried.
Thank you. Okay, I think we will take the next three items together because they kind of are all the same thing. So if you can read all three of them and then we'll go from there. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a 1-year comparable source professional services contract with two-year options to renew with governmental consultant services to provide lobbying services at a state level. Item 3, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 1-year comparable source consulting services contract with Plunkett Cooney to continue providing lobbying services at a state level. Item 4, requesting commission approval of Amendment 1 to a 1-year comparable source consulting services contract with Capital Relations LLC to continue providing lobbying services at a state level.
And who is here to speak on this?
Through the chair, Eddie Fakori with the administration. I'm here with Chris Mattis, and I want to take a second to use this time to respond to the matters at hand, but also to introduce Chris Mattis as moving forward. He'll be the point of contact for the administration with the commission as serving as a commission liaison, filling the role that Darcel had, and I've been filling it this time. And he'll be here to kind of speak on behalf of the items that you have on the table.
Thank you very much. Chris, can you?
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. As Eddie said, my name's Chris Mattis. For those of you who I have not really gotten a chance to really meet, it's good to make your acquaintance. I look forward to building my relationship with you all. I've been working in the CEO's office now for just a little over 2 years as Director of Government Relations, focusing a lot at managing our lobbyists at the state level, as well as working with our congressional delegation here in Wayne County. So super excited to dig in more here at the county level and work with you all at the commission.
Thank you very much. So we have 3 items here for lobbying firms that we are either going to be continuing or new. Have they all? Go ahead, Chris.
Sure. Thank you, Chair Clemente. Yes, so all 3 of these contracts would be essentially a renewal of an existing contract, right? The only thing that I would point out that is any change is that with Plunkett Cooney and Capital Relations, their previous contract was just 1 year. This contract has that option of renewal kind of baked into the first contract. Thank you for the tips. Thank you for the tips. Is that better? No? What if I just turn it off?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right, deal. All right. I won't. How about this? I will get better at controlling my volume. Deal. We're going to find the sweet spot. Thank you, Commissioner Kniezek. So yes, GCSI, we've had a contract with them for a while now. Their contract actually predates my time coming here and beginning to work for the county 2 years ago. Plunkett Cooney and Capital Relations, they were new contracts as of last year, and we are asking to have them renewed.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions on these 3 items? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So can we move on to item 5 now, please?
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a grant agreement with the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs Bureau of Construction Codes, Office of Land Survey and Remonumentation to provide funding for the 2024 Survey and Remonumentation Grant.
Hi, thank you for coming up. I think you have given us an overview on this before or not?
I'm not sure
No,
about
okay.
this particular one. I may have, but
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but here we are. But I do want to point out, this is a little bit different than what we've had in the past, the dollars amounts. This one needs to be closer. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me start there at the beginning.
Yes.
I'm Harry Kalogerakis, Chief Deputy Register of Deeds, speaking on behalf of this new grant application. We, by statute, since 1993, have been remonumenting, going out and relocating all the granite markers here in Wayne County. We have finally gotten to a point where we are in the maintenance phase. We have identified all of the monuments. It's now time to circle back to the ones that we did at the beginning of this project when we first started, 30 years ago, and make sure that they're still accessible and in good shape, and make sure that see that they're in good form. The grant reflects that. We are now in the maintenance phase of the grant process. It means we get a little bit less money than we got before, but enough to cover our services that are projected for this year.
And can I ask you why this is important to do?
Because that's how we know where everybody's boundary lines are for property here in the Wayne County anyway, but this is actually throughout the state. But this is where a surveyor will go out to start as their starting point to measure out and survey a piece of property to find out where the property is. Sometimes for replatting or for new platting for a subdivision, for instance, for laying out a subdivision in vacant land. Or if two property owners have a property line dispute and are trying to figure out who owns where the boundary is. We need these markers so that we can accurately figure that out.
Thank you very much. Does anyone have any questions? All right. Thank you. Can we move on to item 6, please, Madam Clerk?
Item 6, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a 1-year comparable source contract with a 1-year option to renew with Ultimate Staffing Services, a division of Roth Staffing Companies, for temporary employees for clerk's office clerical specialist positions.
And can we also have number 7, because these go together?
Item 7, requesting commission approval of Amendment 2 to a 1-year comparable source contract with a 1-year option to renew with Capstone Employment Services, LLC, for temporary employees for clerk's office clerical specialist positions.
Thank you. Are there any questions, commissioners? Okay, let's move on to the next item, please.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of retroactive Amendment 2 to a 2-year sole source software license agreement and maintenance plan with 4 1-year options to renew with Bottom Line Technologies for the Treasurer's Office to provide C-Series check printing software to print and process direct deposit advices.
Is there someone here from the Treasurer's Office? Yes. Hi. Can you introduce yourself and
Hi, my name is Carl Stafford, Director of Special Projects, Wayne County Treasurer's Office.
So this is retroactive, and why do you need this software?
The Treasurer's Office prints thousands of checks per month for various departments in Wayne County. And this is the software that we use to print these checks. The reason why it's retroactive, this relationship has been in place for almost 20 years. And so we're advised by procurement that since the contract value exceeded $150,000, we would have to provide the county with a contract for these services. So we had to have corporate counsel take their typical software license agreement, create a contract, have Bottom Line comply with the various procurement obligations like the various sole source letter, contractor form, FEP, and that just took months to get them on board to provide that since they've never provided in the past. So we finally got to that point sometime last year. And so we're advised that since we're going to have to renew the contract through September of this year, we might as well do it all at once. So that's why it's retroactive.
Okay, thank you very much for that
You're welcome.
explanation. Any questions from commissioners? Do you have a question? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't. Yes. So we have a question. I know.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Sure.
To Commission Council on this, that there was well, two things. One is that there was work under this contract that exceeded the agreement by 21,000 without commission approval. And then it was just mentioned from the treasurer's office that they said, well, now that it's over 150,000, you have to come here. What I'm reading is, well, first of all, where are we at with that Commission Council, the amount going over the contract without commission approval?
Through the chair to this honorable body, I'm gonna offer a little history that may be helpful. So historically, the county had a process where they would allow certain subscription type items to be paid on voucher and not actually a contract. So the commission never actually saw them, even though they were annual and they were accumulating over the years because many of them were longstanding. I want to say maybe 8 years ago, the county started to get away from that to advise under the new procurement director at the time to advise departments that in fact, these items, if they do accumulate, actually do require commission approval. You can't just continually do them annually without never coming here. I think this may be one of those lingering items that probably one of the last ones that are out there. So the department was continually doing an annual and then someone realized, oh, wait, this one hadn't been converted over. And so they did the conversion, which delayed, which then caused them to overspend because they had to continue to cut the checks. That's my understanding.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that. And then your name again, sir?
It's Carl Stafford.
Yes, sir. I didn't understand your comment about going over 150,000 and procurement saying, hey, you gotta, cause the total.
No, go ahead. What's your question?
Well, the total here is 40-some thousand. If we go back to, what was it, 2002, 2003 or something? Yeah, it's been a total of 204, but I don't get the 150,000, how that comes into play. This is a $40-some thousand contract.
Through the chair to this honorable body, because the delegated threshold for the administration is $150,000, as you add them up and they added them up, going back to 2003, 2004,
Okay.
it's over the $150,000 threshold. Now we say that they overspent by 21 because historically it was hard to track. So I think we started at a date in 2019 or something for that number, but overall they've overspent, and that 150 is based on the delegated threshold for the administration.
That kind of, so I guess I'll ask Commission Council then again, where does this leave us for next year? Or for the next contract with these folks? Does that, going back to the whole process you described over the years, is this going to be handled differently next year?
I can answer that question.
Sure.
The reason why this particular contract goes through June of 2024 is because Bottom Line will terminate support on this software. They have new software, cloud-based software that we're looking at now. They will continue to support us while we pursue that, and that contract will not be retroactive. It will be effective. It'll be a brand new contract, and it will be effective when it's approved by commission.
So if this one's ending in a couple of months here,
Right.
does that mean we're going to see you back here with another contract picking up
It'll be a new contract.
July? We'll see a new
Yeah,
contract
it'll
to
be a
start
brand new contract.
July 1
Yes.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, cool.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Commissioner Clean. And then can we go to the next item, please?
Item 9, requesting commission approval of modification 1 to a 1-year memorandum of understanding with Third Judicial Circuit of Michigan for the court to continue to license its criminal attorney assignment and assign counsel services software to the county's Indigent Defense Services Department.
Are there any questions on this item? Yeah, come on up. Yeah. Can you just explain to us why this is happening? Thank you.
Yep. Good morning, or afternoon, Commissioners. Robin Dillard Rusaw, Director of the Indigent Defense Services Department. So this modification is just to extend the access that we already have to the court's assignment system. Right now, IDSD is solely responsible for the assignment of felony defense counsel to the cases in Wayne County. We were granted that access with the agreement with the court, and we're just extending that while we build our own assignment system that conservatively could take maybe up to a year. So this is just for us to continue operations without interruption while we continue to work on our own case management system.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. I
Okay.
know you're newly and getting started and things take a long time. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, can we take a motion for items 2 through 9, please? And a second. All right, we have a motion from Commissioner Clark Coleman and second from Commissioner Kniezek. Please vote.
Motion carried.
Next item, please.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
G, public comments.
Is there anyone in the chamber or on Zoom that would like to make a public comment? Now is the time. You see anything, or do we have any emails, Madam Clerk?
No hands raised on Zoom and no emails were received.
Okay. Next item.
Adjournment.
All those in favor say aye, please.